friends, welcome back to the Illinois Autism Partnership Virtual Classroom. I'm Miss Shannon, and today we're going to do one of my favorite things, cooking. We're going to be making a smoothie. I love smoothies, especially in the summer or for breakfast. They feel so fresh and healthy and just really, really good. And I love that you can mix them up all the time and never have the same thing twice. So before we get started, let's take a look at our schedule. First, we're going to review our schedule. Then we're going to review our materials. We're going to practice our keywords. We're going to watch our lesson, which will be making our smoothie. And then we're going to wrap up everything we've learned. So reviewing our schedule is finished. Now it's time to review materials. Before we make our smoothies, we need to gather all of our materials. If you have the printed material list at home, you can follow along with me. The first thing that we need is a blender. Here is a blender. This is where we're going to put all of our ingredients and press this button here to blend it all up and mix everything together. The next thing that we need are measuring cups. I'm going to use a couple different kinds of measuring cups. First one that I'm going to use is a 1 cup measuring cup for my fruit. I'm going to use a 1/4 cup measuring cup for my yogurt. And I'm going to use this one, which is the glass measuring cup, for my juice. Now we're going to need fruit. The best thing about smoothies is that you can put just about whatever you want in them. I'm going to be using frozen pineapple and fresh berries. You can put things like bananas, strawberries, even vegetables like spinach or carrots in your smoothies. The more things you put in there, the more vitamins you're getting and the better you're going to feel. The next thing I'm going to put in is yogurt. Not everybody likes yogurt in their smoothies, but I do. I'm using today plain, non-fat Greek yogurt. I'm also going to use orange juice. Again, you can use any kind of juice you like. Some people don't even use juice at all. They use milk or almond milk, but today we're going to use orange juice. And then the last thing that we're going to need is a cup to put it all in when we're done so we can drink it up. Great job gathering all of the materials that we need to make our smoothies. Let's check our schedule. Reviewing materials is finished. Now it's time to practice our keywords. Now that we have reviewed our schedule and gathered our materials, let's talk about our keywords for today. I'm going to add my keywords to my word wall. If you have your keywords printed at home, you can add them to your word wall too. Our first word that we're going to add is blend. When we blend, we mix two things completely so that we can't separate them. That's what we're going to use our blender for today. We're going to blend all of our fruits, our yogurt, and our juice together to make a smoothie. Our next keyword is measure. When we measure something, we use things like the measuring cups I showed you earlier, or a ruler, or a scale to find out how much of something we have. We can see how tall we are by measuring. We can see how much something weighs by measuring. Or today, we're going to use our measuring cups to see how much fruit and juice we're adding to our smoothie. Our next keyword is pour. We are going to pour all of our ingredients into the blender. The next keyword is nutrients. Nutrients are things that we find in our food and in the environment around us that help our bodies grow big and strong. And our last word is ingredients. Ingredients are the foods that you need to follow a recipe. So today, our ingredients are fruit, juice, and yogurt. Let's look again. We have blend, measure, pour, nutrients, and ingredients. Let's go check our schedule. All right, let's look at our schedule. Reviewing keywords is finished. Now it's time for our lesson. Before we get started, let's make sure that we have all of our materials. We have our blender, our measuring cups, our frozen pineapple and our fresh berries, yogurt, juice, and a cup. Now it's time to get cooking. If you have the visual task analysis printed at home, you can follow along with me. The very first step before we cook anything is always to wash our hands really well. We remember from our last video that we need to wash our hands with warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds. Let's do that together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now that our hands are clean, we can start adding our ingredients to the blender. First, I'm going to do 1 cup of frozen pineapple. Now I'm going to do 1 cup of fresh berries. Now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of my yogurt. And last, I'm going to add 1 cup of orange juice. You can see right here is 1 cup. I'm going to pour to that line. Now that all my ingredients are in the blender, I'm going to make sure my blender is plugged in and put the lid on. It is very important that you never turn on a blender unless the lid is on. Otherwise, all of that delicious smoothie is going to go all over and make a big mess. Now that my lid is on, I'm going to press blend. You ready? Always want to turn your blender off before you take the lid off. It looks to me like everything is nice and blended. So now I'm going to pour my smoothie into my cup. And I can drink and enjoy. That's good. Now that we finished making our smoothies, let's check our schedule. Our lesson is finished. Now it's time to wrap up what we've learned. Today, we learned how to follow the steps of a recipe to make a smoothie. Did you use the same ingredients that I did? What other kinds of smoothies could you make with the stuff that you have at your house? Share your smoothie recipes or pictures of your finished product on the Easter Seals Chicago Facebook page with the hashtag virtual classroom. You might even see your pictures in some of our upcoming videos. In our next life skills lesson on April 21st, we're going to be making mac and cheese. You will need macaroni and cheese, milk, and butter. Let's take a look at our schedule one last time. We reviewed our schedule, reviewed our materials, practiced our keywords, watched our lessons, and made a smoothie together. And now our wrap-up is finished. Everything is finished, which means we are all done. Thank you all so much for joining me today in the Illinois Autism Partnership Virtual Classroom. We would love to see pictures of your growing word walls, the worksheets you've completed, or your delicious smoothies. You can share them on the Easter Seals Facebook page with the hashtag virtual classroom. Don't forget to ask a grown-up before you ever post anything on the internet. I'm Miss Shannon. Happy learning.